All right, first I want to thank our local partners, Metro, Henderson, North Las Vegas, City DPS, our federal partners, NHP, Henderson, if I didn't say already, for this year, for all the work all of the agencies done in collaboration of keeping our schools safe. We do this through the School Violence Initiative. This partnership, developed years ago, includes the increased presence in and around our schools at the conclusion of each and every school year. This started about a week ago and will continue for the last 4 days of our school year. It's an information sharing network, a system in place to actually share information amongst other agencies, law enforcement, civilian alike, of the incidents happening in and around our schools each and every school day through our analysts that we have stationed up at the Fusion Center. And it is a proven system and it is working. This year, we again show a decrease in firearms. This year, our total is 24. Last year was 31. The year before that was 33, so we're showing a pattern of decreasing in our firearms, and we are hopeful that trend will continue through the efforts we in school safety that we continue each and every school year. All confiscations, whether on or off campus, are reported publicly in our weapon confiscation report that's available on ccsd.net. This year, we have modified the report to include the location of those firearm confiscations to add a little bit more transparency to where these firearms are being recovered. One firearm is too many. However, we are proud that our students feel comfortable in coming to this adults on campuses, our school police officers, and reporting these incidents, firearm possession or weapon possession, and any other type of potential acts of violence that are occurring on our campuses. One trusted adult on our campuses is our goal for each and every student in our district, so they feel comfortable in reporting anything to them. Regarding the reduction, I believe it is a combination due to many factors. One that I just shared about the trusted adults on our campuses, but also the 1,500 canine sniffs that we've conducted throughout this school year. Also the enhanced weapon search program that we've increased this school year. And again, I can't say enough about the relationships that we have with our students to feel comfortable report those incidents each and every school day. In terms of firearms, one of the best ways the adults in our community can prevent guns reaching our campuses is to store them safely. Responsible gun ownership will help keep guns out of the hands of juveniles. Traffic. Last year, I reported 70 students were struck by vehicles on their way to and from school year. Unfortunately, this year, that number is doubled. We have a 97% increase in the number of students that were struck to and from school each and every school day. I believe the last one occurred yesterday. We have to do better for our kids. We just have to. Driver inattention and speed are the leading causes of these accidents. I want to remind drivers to pay attention in school zones as kids walk to and from school. But not only there, please pay attention to areas where kids tend to hang out: parks, community centers, athletic fields, neighborhoods. Summer is just around the corner, and our 300,000 students will be out and about. Please be alert, cautious, and careful drivers this summer. Overall, our numbers as a department are mostly unchanged this year as opposed to last year. We have a slight decrease in the number of fights on our campuses and hope that trend continues as we move further away from that year returning from the COVID isolation of our students. Our police social workers that we've added last year and this year was our first deployment with 3 full social workers for each region in our district. They received over 500 referrals from our officers to address social and emotional issues that our officers are observing from our students and their families, and they're providing services to them. And this is astounding work from our social workers. I believe they're here today with us. They also support individuals who are in crisis or experiencing the many insecurities that our population seem to have, such as food, clothing, and housing. Centegics, I know we've added that a year ago. This year, over 1,700 Centegix alerts on our campuses. Safe Voice, 3,500 Safe Voice alerts. So the anonymous systems are working. And the alert systems that we provided to each and every staff member, they're being utilized. And if they are accidental presses of those buttons, we use that as a means to actually educate and go over the proper way to actually wear those devices and the times that are appropriate to actually use those to alert of an incident. Emergency management, this is the first year as well that we've had 12 additional emergency management coordinators, and that's led by Mike Casey, our school safety specialist, Jay Beasley, and our new emergency manager, Tony Barnes. They're also adding additional training to our campus security monitors to actually recognize targeted violence, to actually record and document some of the incidents they're seeing on our campuses to support our schools. In conclusion, the summer is coming. We have 4 days left in the 2023-2024 school year, and our 300,000 students will be enjoying the next few months before the start of next school year. The entire community plays a role in keeping our schools safe. Please be mindful of the areas where children congregate in our neighborhoods and communities. Drive responsibly. Continue to utilize Safe Voice for anonymous reporting. And when you see something, please say something. I'll now turn this over to Deputy Chief Clarkson with Metropolitan Police Department.
Good afternoon. My name is Chief Brandon Clarkson with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. As the end of the school year approaches, and as a parent with children in the Clark County School District, I understand the profound responsibility we all share for the safety and well-being of our students. It is crucial that everyone, including educators, students, parents, and community leaders, share the responsibility and work together to cultivate a safe environment. Now, I'd like to share with you some of the efforts the LVMPD will be doing to address student safety. This will include an increased police presence as the students arrive and leave school campus. We will be in the surrounding neighborhoods to ensure the safety of all students. We want parents to be aware of this and to not be concerned about the increased police presence at the schools. Traffic safety, as you've heard Sheriff Kevin McMahill say, is also our priority. For the parents and motorists around the schools, I ask you to please slow down and pay full attention to the roadways. As we look ahead into the summer months, we want to reinforce this commitment through vigilance and active involvement. As a parent, I understand it is important to know what your children are doing, what they're looking at on social media, and who they are hanging out with. Success in these efforts requires thorough community support. It cannot be overstated how important your role is in this collective endeavor. We need you to be our eyes and our ears, and I need you to embrace this principle. If you see something, say something. And lastly, I want to thank you all for your dedication to the safety of this community, and I wish you all a happy, fun, and safe summer. With that, I'd like to introduce the Chief of Police, Chief Gravatt of the North Las Vegas Police Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I think it's important that we really pay attention to the consistent message that was shared by the previous speakers. It is so important that we work as a community to keep our children safe. We all have heard the proverb, it takes a whole village to raise a child. I want you to think of this Las Vegas Valley as the whole village. It is all of our responsibilities to take the efforts necessary to make sure our children are safe while in school. Keeping that in mind, Chief Blackeye literally just told us all over 300,000 students will be out of school as of Monday. When you think about that number of children during the school year, they have a structured learning environment. So we're going to have 300,000 students that we hope will have the opportunity to participate in some of the summer programming offered by both the county and the local cities. So do take that time to find out what resources are available for you, for your family, for your children to keep them safe. I also have children in the Clark County School District, and I want them safe just as I want your children safe. So please take the message seriously. See something, say something, reach out if you have questions. Your local law enforcement agencies work together collaboratively by sharing information and resources, and it's all for the better good of this community because our number one priority is public safety. Thank you.
And with that, we'll take questions. If you could please identify who the question is directed to before asking it, we'd appreciate it.
I have a question for Instructional Superintendent Brenda Lawson. Superintendent, I'm sorry to have to ask this at a school safety press conference, but I haven't got a response from the communications department. It's regarding trustee Katie Williams. So I just want to know, she may not be living here. What happens if a complaint is filed with the district attorney's office against Katie Williams?
Thank you so much for the question. We are here today to focus on student and staff safety, so we're going to keep our focus on student and staff safety and our community helping us support that safety. Thank you.
Tiffany?
Yes, so we were provided a message that was sent out from the principal at Elizondo to staff members about students bringing things like tasers and pepper spray to school because they need it as protection. Is this something that is being noticed in the district overall, and what is being done to make sure that students feel safe on our campuses?
All right, thank you for the question. That's not new. When students are found in possession of a weapon, they give many reasons as to why they're carrying that. A lot of times they will say it's for protection. And what we do, and what I basically stated, is we consistently drive the message home that schools are safe places. If they bring a weapon to school, they're going to be disciplined for that. And there's no need to actually have those types of devices or personal protection devices on their person in school. It is a school rule violation. We provide that information prior to the school year starting through the student parent teacher handbook. And it also tells the consequences regarding that. So those are the types of messages that are being driven home in each and every incident where a student says they're bringing home or bringing a weapon to school for protection.
This is for your chief as well. I mean, what is being done to address the number of students being hit while trying to go to school?
Well, we partner together through the joining forces to actually provide saturation events at our schools to help educate and also enforce the major violations that are occurring around our schools that tend to lead to that high number of students being struck by vehicles.
Sean with Fox 5. Regarding the weapons detectors roll out for next year and also the plan for clear backpacks, is there a timeline? Will those be installed at certain schools before others?
At this point in time, the district is not going to be implementing clear backpacks for the upcoming school year.
And what about the weapons detection?
The weapons detection, that depends on vendor supply. So our hope is to actually have those out before the start of the school year, but based on those supply chain issues, this may not happen. Hopefully, by the start of January 2025, we will have those in place. Now, mind you that these are just upgrades to the current metal detectors that we utilize. If you have attended any of our football games and some basketball games, we use handheld wands and also those walk-through. These are just an upgrade to those systems.
I wanted to ask about other school safety initiatives that might be coming next school year. They're also about cell phones and bans on cell phones. Are you implementing beyond your pouches, or is those are similar things at all school sites? What happens in an incident when there's like an active shooter or something and students want to communicate with their parents who don't have access to their cell phone?
Thank you so much for the question. So for the upcoming school year, we will be implementing non-locking signal blocking pouches in grades 6 through 12. So students will have access to their phones during a crisis situation. They will have access to their phones, but the focus will be that they won't have access to them while they're learning. Our focus is on learning, so this will eliminate many of the distractions that are caused by cell phones. At the elementary school, elementary elementary schools have the discretion of whether to implement them or not. We worked with our elementary principals. Some of them experience high usage of cell phones, others do not. The other thing that we will be implementing for the upcoming school year, again in grades 6 through 12, is requiring all students to have an ID badge. So we're very well aware of who is on our campus. Thank you.
With the staffing vacancies, I know it's not just teachers, just across the board. There are fewer bodies to respond if there's a fire or whatever happens. What is being done to make sure, especially those schools where there is less staff, that the situation is addressed as quickly and safely as possible for both staff and students to be safe?
Thank you so much for the question. We do see a lot of our schools who are staffing with additional campus security monitors. Even at the elementary school, we're seeing more staffing of campus security monitors. And then each principal supervisor will work very closely with principals to create a staffing plan with the vacancies that they have to ensure that we have safe campuses.
Last question.
Other agencies, I want to ask you, have y'all, especially Metro, have y'all, can you show some progress you made on handling gangs and violence in school, especially in and around the school?
Well, thank you for the question. So I'll defer to the Chief Blackeye because a lot of the initiatives, but I will tell you the partnership between all of our agencies is second to none. The communication that we have is very thorough. We meet weekly and we discuss this, and then any incident that does pop up. So I'd say as far as any gang violence, I mean, we are on top of every issue, and we work strongly with both our law enforcement agencies, the school district itself, and all of our community partners to address these issues. But specifically, I'll let Chief Blackeye answer that question.
Thank you. Absolutely. The partnership here in Las Vegas with all the agencies is second to none throughout the country. We do have an officer assigned to the gang unit at Metro headquarters who works alongside Metro, Henderson, all of our community partners here, and along as federal agencies to actually respond to the incidents happening in and around our schools that have a tie to that gang violence.
Some question, we have had some arrests of staff recently. What is being done to protect students from staff, whether it's something of some type of sexual misconduct, or we've heard of a few investigations as well as the arrest in Valley High School of battered students.
So these are unfortunate events. Unfortunately, as you are aware, those are personnel matters that we are not at liberty to discuss, and also cannot discuss individual student identification situations.
One last question, Lucio.
Can you go back to the ID badges? Because I have heard of these already at some schools, and then students getting disciplined, like suspended or expelled for forgetting to wear a badge. Will that kind of be the policy uniformly across the district, or what's going to happen if the student does forget a badge, they wake up late, or, for whatever reason?
Thank you for the question. So yes, many of our schools are already implementing student ID badges, and we will follow the K-12 Code of Conduct regarding a student not having an ID badge. Typically, we work with the student first, and then many times there may be some replacement fees for an ID badge. They roughly range around $5.
Thank you, everybody. If anybody has any follow-up interviews directly with any of the agencies, you're welcome to do that. Thank you.